My name is Antony Cockle and welcome to our main company website. I'm going to take you to demonstrations as a section and just scroll down in order to show you a clip that we produced about the amygdala and the hippocampus and to explain how the brain works in relation particularly to stress. I don't like the word stress, but in the context of training it's useful because people can relate to it. And at the end of the video I'm then going to talk about the applications that can be used with this approach.
In order to self-manage and manage pressure at work, it's very important to understand emotional intelligence and the way that we function emotionally. And one way of looking at this is through Daniel Goleman's work, and he describes the hippocampus, which is the part of our brain in the temporal lobe that's responsible for communication, and particularly communication of things that have happened in the past, things we've memorized, and the amygdala, which is our emotional store. And the amygdala, which is sometimes referred to as the lizard brain, can be likened to a bucket. And if you imagine that when we have too much going on, that bucket, rather than being half full, becomes completely brimful, and in fact it starts leaking. Water spills over the edge. And the symptoms that we find when the water level is very high are things like procrastination, which is a massive issue within business. Where people are putting off decisions because they know that if they make the wrong decision, they don't have any coping capacity. Tiredness would be a classic symptom. Road rage or outbursts, tears, these are indicators that people are brimful and they're struggling to cope, particularly when these things emerge very quickly and they're unexpected. On the flip side, and the good news is the brain has a way of almost putting a tap into the bucket and reducing the water level. And the way that we do that naturally through talking to other people, so communicating. Sometimes it can be through a metaphor model, so reading a great book, looking at a film, watching a film, going to the theatre, watching a musical. All of these things where emotions are evoked help reduce that water level and give us the capacity to cope more effectively.
So you may be asking yourself, how do I apply this, and in fact why should I know this information? Well, there are two reasons. Firstly, to recognise behaviours, and particularly behaviour change in either colleagues or employees within your team, if you're a manager of other people. And secondly, once you recognise a behaviour, it's really useful to understand what's going on behind the scenes. And if you have an idea of what pressure looks like and what the causes of pressure can be, then it allows you to support people and to help their performance. And very often you'll notice within a business situation that people will be occasionally withdrawn or not engaging in a particular topic. And when that's going on, it may well be that they feel uncomfortable and under pressure.